Hello, um, Chioma Sylvia Wallace and my patient Michael Wallace. Hello, all right, I hope we get it right this time. So, first of all, for the cardiac system, we're going to go ahead and identify the important landmarks here. So we're going to start with the suprasternal notch, which is the top of the sternum here, this V-shaped here, and then we're going to go down, and as soon as we feel a dip, that will be our, I'm sorry, this is gonna feel some static of the hair. As soon as we see a dip, which is right here, this is our angle of Louis, and then right across would be our second rib, and below that will be our second intercostal space. Okay, so moving on to our inspection, we're going to check for the color, ulceration, scars between edema and swelling. And if you could put your hand by your side. So far, everything looks good. Normal color is usually white, pink. So
it is for me.
Yeah, and no swelling anywhere. And then we assume that he's sitting at an angle of 30 to 45 degrees. And if that's the case, if you can lift your head, lift your upper body a little bit, yeah. Just hang up there a little bit. I'm supposed to, not really fat, just look straight ahead a little bit. Okay. I don't really see much of a pronounced the jugular vein, but if he was, yes, I can see it now. Thank you so much. All right, and then that's the JVD. And then the next one, I'm going to observe the hepatojugular reflux. So, yeah, this is gonna hurt. Right hand side, I'm checking for the liver. So because it's a highly vascular organ, if I push down here, I'm supposed to see like a reaction up here, being like pushing like blood and fluid up here. So the reaction is supposed to reflect at the JVD here. This is your jugular vein here. So bear with me. So I'm going to find the last rib here, and then I'm going to push in. Oh, I can already see something here beating. I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay. So and then while I'm here, I'm going to check on the left hand side, below the the sternum here. I'm going to check for the apical pulse, and it's going to be just mid clavicle line here, just below the fourth or fifth intercostal space. So I'm going to go ahead and check for any heaving or lift. There shouldn't be any of that on this side. So down here, I'm just going to check. All right, looks good. And then we're going to go back to palpation. I'm going to start with the apical impulse. So first, I'm going to locate the position and then check the size. Okay. Okay, so this is the mid clavicle line, and then go down here between the fourth and the fifth intercostal space. So this is where we'll be checking for the apical pulse. And hold on, let me feel if I can find it. Okay. Okay. So around here, I should be able to feel the apical pulse here, and this is the location. And then I'm going to check the size. Anything longer than this very short size like this isn't good. You're just supposed to span out. So it's from here and then it stops around here. So that's for the Epica Impulse, okay? And size is normal and short, and of course I checked before I have a system. And then I'm going to palpate across the precordium, and bear with me, this one is very tricky. I'm going to use the palm of my hand and go first this way, second this way, and then third is going to be this way. Sorry, I push it down.
No, it's
So I need to check any tenderness.
no,
Now
no,
and now.
no.
Okay. So that is, I'm going, I've checked that for any trills and heaves, and everything looks very good. There is no trills or heaves or any bumpiness or whatever around the precordium. So next I'm going to check the carotid pulses, and this is one of the pulses that you can only check one at a time, of course. Otherwise, I'm going to cut off the air to your brain.
Let's not do that.
So, go ahead and. Okay, that's very strong. And then. Okay, that one is strong as well. All right. And this I'm going to check for 60 seconds, of course, one side at a time. So, I mean, I can wait and check for 60 seconds, but
You have to wait for 60 seconds,
So,
or you
60
just do 15 and multiply by 4.
60, yes, 15 multiplied by 4, right?
Yeah.
All right, and then I will do the same for the other side. So, moving on, we're going to go ahead and percuss. So for the borders of the heart, like you explained, we're going to defer that, and then we skip that to auscultation. Okay, I still have my. Okay, so. Okay. I'm gonna break it for. Okay.
Give it to me after that.
You're fine. I don't want it to fall inside it. You're fine. So I'm going to first start with number 1. I'm going to go ahead and auscultate the way you showed it, starting with the all the important landmarks with the diaphragm. That is the aortic. All practitioners expect something teaching P or something like that. APETM. I'll find my own acronym. So I'm going to start with the aortic area. So angle of Louis, right hand side. So aortic, it's going to be supra sternal notch, and then angle of Louis, and then the right side. That will be where we're going to do the auscultation for aortic area. So angle of Louis, supra notch, angle of Louis. Sorry, I should have asked you to shave. and dip, and then this side. So for this, we're going to use the diaphragm first. Yeah, I can hear it very faint, but it's there. Okay, and at the same time, of course, I'm listening to the valve sign, and this is the second intercostal space. And then after that, I'm going to go ahead and go directly to the pulmonic area, which is directly across the left-hand side. And I can hear that. Okay, and then the next one is going to just be down one intercostal space. That is the Ebbs point. So down one intercostal space. I can hear that clearly. And then for the tricuspid area, it's going to be between the 4th and the 5th intercostal space. That's just below the Ebbs point and at the sternum border. So it's going to be somewhere here. Your chest is small. So okay. It's not a bad thing, I'm saying. I saw a massive chest in the video, so yeah. All right.
He's bigger than me.
His chest is bigger, so yes. Don't fuck me for looking. Okay, so all right, and this will be the tricuspid area. And then for the mitral area, we're going to move left of the tricuspid area, left and just a little bit below, but left. Yep, that one is very clear. I can hear it. Okay, so that concludes the important landmarks, and then we're going to go ahead and go above that, which is identify the S1 and S2 the systole. And the systole usually is between the tricuspid and the mitral area. So we're going to try to identify that and then check. So suprasternum, angle of Louis, second rib, second intercostal space, 4th and 5th, between tricuspid and mitral. So let's check here. All right, I can hear that perfectly. Okay, so, and for this S1, while I'm checking the systole, I'm going to also check your, I'm going to go ahead and check your carotid, as your neck, pulse at the same time. I'll have to make sure that they're all beating at the same time. So since I have that, let me get this one. Okay, I found it. Hang on. Okay, they're beating at the same time, almost the same time. I have a little bit of lag in my earpiece. So that's good. And then for the S2, that's the distal. I'm going to, it will be on the right hand side, aortic side. Okay, so S1 is between mitral and the tricuspid, S2 is distal aortic side. So it's going to be suprasternum, angle of Louis, aortic. So it's going to be somewhere here. Right hand side. All right, yes, got that. Okay. Okay, so I've identified it, check the reading rate, which is very normal, and then I compared the S1 to the carotid artery, and they are in sync. And then I'm going to check the carotid for breaths. So this time around, I'm going to use the bell side. Okay, so I'm checking the bell side. I'll go to the neck. So I'm going to go ahead and so I'm not supposed to hear anything here, which is good. Okay. All right, that's good. Okay, so for these auscultations, I didn't hear any extra, no extra heartbeat or any murmurs, and after I checked with the diaphragm, the big side of my stethoscope, I'm supposed to also go ahead and check everything with the other side. So I'm supposed to use the diaphragm and then the bell side. So since I've identified that all over, I'm going to go ahead and also do the other side. I know to do the both side. I just hope I'm getting that. So so there was no extra heart sound. I didn't hear any murmur or swishing sound, and any splitting too at the S1 and the S2 when I checked it. So everything looks good on that angle. Okay, for the peripheral vascular system, I'm going to go ahead and check for first one is going to be inspection. So color is white and pink, you know that, and you always look pale, so sorry.
Working up the self-esteem.
Yes, so there's no wounds, no lacerations, no bumpy, well, we have some bumps here, but it's just skin, just skin stuff. Stop looking at me like
Tell everybody my problems.
So, but everything else looks good, no open wounds or lacerations and scars, and no pitting edema. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
Is your finger hurting?
It's just gonna pop it, you know what I mean?
Don't pop it. Not now. So, and then no swelling at all. Okay, and then for the palpation, we're going to start with the temperature. It feels warm, but usually,
I usually run cold.
yeah, but your forehead is just warm a little bit. And
No,
probably-
that feels normal to me.
yeah, it's normal, but it's a little bit warm. It's not like cold, like you're breaking out in sweat.
I
Good.
got you.
That's not what we
I
want.
got you.
Okay, so okay, yeah, your hand is running cold, but your forehead, probably because you had headache a few minutes ago or hours. But see, your arm is cool to the touch, but your forehead is warm. Okay, chest is also a little bit cool. Stomach is cool, and yeah, cool. All right, so that's for the temperature, and then the texture of the skin. We've checked it, and smooth, well, rough a little bit around the arms, but everything else is smooth. And for the tuber, I'm going to pinch your arm and make sure it bounces back. You do need to drink more water. No iced tea or Coke. Water. Yes.
You drink the cup.
So, they took off the skin, looks good. It bounced back, which is good. There is no dehydration. And then for tenderness, let me know if you feel anything anywhere. So, tenderness. Looks good.
So far.
Alright. Okay. So, and then for the capillary refill, we're going to hold up your fingers. Give me the other one. Need to pinch your finger. Just hold up your fingers like this. Okay. Yes, they were white before and they've turned pink. The color returned and everything looks good. Okay. Alright, so there was no delay in the capillary refill. We're going to move to the arterial pulses. So everything else on the list is going to be done at the same time. I may not be able to do it because he's lying down, but I know that if he was sitting in the correct position, maybe on a hospital bed or a examination chair or bed, that all these arterial pulses will be done at the same time, so you can check and make sure that they're all in sync, except the carotid artery, of course. Otherwise, he's going to lose brain functions. So, first of all, we're going to start with the temporal. So, I'm going to see if I can feel the artery here. Yep, feel it. So for the temporal, we're going to give you a one pulse. It's beating, but it's not so hard and it's not so weak. So the carotid, I'm going to check one at a time. That's it, 2 plus, and then the other side. A big 2 plus, or even a 3. That one is really hard. So that looks good. And then for the brachia, so give me your arm. So brachial, brachia is pinky, radial is thumb. Brachia artery, pinky, inside brachia. So I'm going to go ahead and check. So at this point, I'm supposed to check both of the arms at the same time to make sure that they're in sync. So I'm going to go ahead and check one. Okay. I do feel that. And then the next one, of course, is going to be radial, which is radial thumb outside. So it's going to be at the wrist here, very lightly. And this is a 1 plus. It wasn't so hard, but it wasn't so weak. So okay, this one is a perfect 2 plus. It's really strong. Okay.
You can do my left side.
I'm supposed to do both sides. She said if you can just vocalize that you're supposed to do two sides. So I know I'm supposed to do two sides at the same time. So moving over to the femoral artery. So femoral, the groin. So I don't know how comfortable you're going to be for this, but I'm supposed to feel it at your groin here. Two of them, check them at the same time.
Okay.
Okay, I feel this one. It's a 1+. And then, of course, I'm going to check both of them at the same time. And for the popliteal behind the knee, yeah, just go check your knee like that. I don't really feel anything, but I know what I'm supposed to look for and where, and I'm supposed to also do them both at the same time as well. So the next one is going to be the dorsalis pedis, that is the top of the foot. Give me your, yes. So it's usually between the big toe and the second biggest toe, and then on top as soon as it starts aching up. The arch here, as soon as it starts dipping up. So, wow, I feel this one. There's a big artery here. Yep, this one is also a 1+. And then the last one on the arterial pauses is the posterior tibial, that is inside your ankle. So give me the other foot. So this one is just going to be